Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what.
How's it going, everybody? It's Lucas Shaley with KCP and Kansas City Property Guys, and currently I'm standing outside of the KCP office, and we're getting ready to go out to Gardner, Kansas, and touch base with the project manager, Brian Dufour, on a foundation project that we're working with out there. So I'll hit you guys up when I'm out there, and we'll touch base with Brian.
So far, so good.
Awesome. Where are we at today?
Today we are in the middle of Gardner, Kansas, out in the country. What we are doing today is we are doing a wall pushback on 2 exterior walls. Right now we're in the middle of the excavating the front wall. This is day 1 of the project. We would be a little bit further, but we had to be a little tedious around the cantilevers and the kick out to make sure that we didn't do any damage to the structure. We are digging all the way this wall, and then we're going to dig the sidewall out as well. That should be done by the end of today. We are still in Gardner in the basement, and what we are looking at earth anchors that were installed on the walls. The reason why we are excavating is because the earth anchors have failed. Either because they were installed incorrectly or they just wasn't tightened over the years with the bolts. This is one of the reasons why we started doing the wall pushback. Once we get that in place, it's a maintenance-free process. So once the beams are installed, you don't have to touch them anymore, and you don't have to worry about spending money twice on the same repair. So now we're at the rear of the home on the back wall. What we're doing here is we're doing interior drain and wall sheeting. What we're doing is we're going to take the C-channel off, and we're going to put 4 I-beam braces on this wall. This wall has moved in, but he has a brand new sunroom on the back of this house, and he does not want to take it off. So what we're going to do is, instead of 3, we're going to tighten it up with 4 braces to help support it a lot better. And then we're going to put wall sheeting on the wall, so if any water comes in, it's going to hit the back of that wall sheeting and run down into the drain system that you see is already full of water, just because of the hydrostatic pressure that we have in the Midwest.
How's it going today, Brian?
So far, so good.
Awesome. Where are we at?
Today we're still in Gardner, Kansas. We are on day 2 of the project. As you can see now, the trench is filled with gravel. This morning we went in and we pushed the wall back to plumb, the sidewall and the front wall, and now we're starting the backfill process. Right now we have about 20 ton of gravel in the side, and then we're slowly working our way around the front. We're going to add another 20-25 tons. Once we get to that point, we'll start backfilling it and get a positive slope. We should be done with everything today outside, other than the small cleanup. So now we're down in the basement, and what you see is what we discussed outside. These are the I-beam braces that are secured now that the wall is flush. What you'll also see is you'll see holes where the earth anchors used to be. We took those out, we cut them, we sealed them from outside, and then we're going to seal them from inside to give it a flush look. And then we're going to clean up the cracks so it looks a lot better down in the basement.
How's it going, Brian?
So far, so good.
Where are we at today?
Today we're still in Gardner, Kansas. We are on day 3 of the 4-day project. What we have now is, this is the back wall that was in the video previously. We have wall sheeting down the entire wall, covering the wall that couldn't be excavated because of the new add-on they put in the back. So what we did was we got all this in, we got it set, we got it all set into 4-inch drain tile, filled with gravel, ran over to our 3/4 horse pump. It's not plugged in yet because we still have to do concrete and make sure it's flush before we plug it in. And then this project to be wrapped up down here. So right now we moved upstairs to the garage area. One more thing we're doing on the job is we're installing the Dynapier system around the garage. The garage has dropped about 2 inches in the corner, so we're going to recover as much as it will allow us and get it stabilized so it don't settle any further and cause any further structure damage to the house.
How's it going today, Brian?
So far so good.
Awesome. Where are we at?
We are in Gardner, Kansas, day 4 of the project. What you're seeing now is the cleanup and the finish. What we have is we have the I-beam braces that are in and fully secured and concreted. You have the holes that were on day 1 where the anchors were going through. We cut those, removed them, and packed all those so they're no longer being used. Everything is secure with the maintenance-free I-beam braces. We have 5 on the front wall and 4 on the side. We got everything concreted in and secured and tightened up. Over on the back wall, we have our pump installed, we have the concrete in, and then we have the C-channel back on the wall and secure. We got the wall shield down the entire back of the wall. We got it clean. We got the concrete in, and we got it around the corner to wrap up the basement and make sure everything's taken care of. So now we moved outside. What you see here is the finished product of everything backfilled and cleaned up. We had the AC put back, leveled, it's working properly, and it comes all the way over to the front. We got it all cleaned up and backfilled. Homeowner is extremely happy with what it looks like right now. We also have the downspout discharge and the sump pump that runs down to a leaf guard approximately 40 feet away from the house, running down positive slope, so all that water is going to get away from the house and it's going to be dry in the basement and taken care of. And now we're over at the garage area where the piering was done. Right now we are cleaning up the area, we're getting it taken care of, and then we're reconcreting it and getting it all cleaned up and taken care of for the homeowner.
We were impressed with KC Pier. When they came, each of the workers seemed to know their own job, and they just got right to it. There was no waiting around or thing. They all knew what they were doing, it seemed like, and were very hardworking and just did a great job. Cleaned up very well. I was really impressed with that.
And I was impressed with just having an explanation about what was being done, and Brian walked me through everything that they were going to do, showed me all the different things, and then didn't have any problem with me watching every once in a while. And,
Yeah.
I appreciated understanding a little bit more what they were doing. I feel I understand what they did, and they did a good job. Good material. As my wife said, hardworking.
Yeah,
Very respectful to the property. I was pleased with how they treated everything here. And, did a good job. We're looking forward to having no more water problems, that's for sure.
Yes.
And I think the way it was explained, I don't think we will either.
No, and I think KC Pier did an excellent job, and we should never have to have them back again.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.